is Dr. Scott Kilberg, the Video Foot Doc, here with another video for you on all things foot and ankle. Today I'm going to talk about peripheral neuropathy and how that affects the feet. Peripheral neuropathy is essentially a disease that involves the peripheral nerves, or the nerves that are outside of the central nervous system, which is considered the brain and the spinal cord. Specifically for feet, the peripheral nerves that are involved in peripheral neuropathy are the nerves that travel from the spinal cord down through the legs and into the foot itself. Peripheral neuropathy can have a wide variety of different causes. The most common cause of peripheral neuropathy in the United States is going to be due to diabetes. Diabetes can cause, through a multitude of different factors, can cause nerve disease and nerve damage, which can lead to a multitude of different symptoms. Other things can also cause peripheral neuropathy, and these can include deficiencies in folate and vitamin B. It can include thyroid problems, toxic reactions. There's a whole host of different conditions that can cause peripheral neuropathy. And then sometimes something called idiopathic neuropathy develops, where we just simply don't know what the underlying cause is and can't identify why it's there and why it's present. The symptoms of peripheral neuropathy can vary as well. The majority of the time, people who have peripheral neuropathy have difficulty as far as their feet are concerned with having sensation in their feet. Now, this isn't necessarily an outright numbness where one can't feel their foot when they place it down on the ground, but it's sort of a subtle sort of shade of decreased sensation where various different degrees of light touch or the stimulation of something that's sharp onto the foot may not feel like it should, and so essentially the foot becomes numb or insensate. Other types of sensation can also develop with peripheral neuropathy that are actually painful in nature and not so much a numbing, and this can include a sensation of burning or fire, stinging like pins and needles, sharp shooting pain, electrical type pain, pain that can feel like there's a constant vice grip on the tissue, and a whole host of other types of symptoms, but those are the primary ones. Peripheral neuropathy is typically manageable when the cause of it is identified. If the cause of it is something like a deficiency in a nutrient or a thyroid issue, if those are corrected, a lot of times the peripheral neuropathy can be treated as well. In cases like diabetes, by controlling the diabetes process and the disease state, peripheral neuropathy can also be controlled and reduced as well. However, the longer someone is a diabetic, the more likely they are to have some form of peripheral neuropathy that simply doesn't go away, and that's usually the sensation loss component of this. Symptoms like shooting pain or stabbing or stinging type pain or burning can be controlled with various different medications. There are some medications that haven't been available for quite some time that treat these symptoms, some newer medications that are out there FDA approved for treatment, and then there are some medications that are a little bit newer that aren't so much a pharmaceutical grade drug to treat this condition, but simply various different medical food supplements which may have a role in helping to reduce these symptoms in some people, though not all. If you have peripheral neuropathy, it's very important that you take great care to protect your feet. Because of the decreased sensation, there's a much more significant likelihood of having a foot injury or stepping on something sharp and stabbing into the foot, or having some other type of wound or sore develop on the bottom of the foot, which is simply not felt. And if that's ignored, it can lead to an infection, which can lead to more significant issues such as bone infection or possible need for amputation. This is especially true for people with diabetes, but it's also true as well for those with peripheral neuropathy of other causes. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please look for more videos on all things foot and ankle on this site as well as others, or you may check out my website at www.inpodiatrygroup.com. Thank you.